bringing you the news and information you need from the people making a difference. This is Comcast Newsmakers.
Welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Sabrina Register. We are here at the State Reception Room at the Capitol, and I am joined today by Governor Gregoire. Thank you so much for being here today.
My pleasure. Good to be with you.
You're fresh off your win. You're starting your second term as governor, and yet there's really no time to celebrate. We've got to roll our sleeves up and get to work on this budget deficit, estimated around $5.76 billion, but it could go higher.
Oh, absolutely, Sabrina. 5.7 was the projected deficit for the next 2 years as of last November. Immediately thereafter, the receipts started to decline. 30 million the first month, 100 million the second month. You know that December was bad, not only because people stopped shopping, but because we had the terrible storms. So we're expecting a downward trend in our forecast in March, maybe again in June, and maybe still again in September. So 5.7 at this point looks like the lowest number for us as a projected deficit for the next 2 years.
And what could we see it go to?
Well, clearly some people are talking about as much as $8 billion. And I don't know if we're going to get that difficult of a time, but I think it is possible. When you look at the number of layoffs of our large international companies and then see what's happening with small and medium-sized business, people are not buying. The major problem we have right now is people are losing their homes and they're losing their jobs. They are afraid to go out there and buy anything. Therefore, there are no receipts into the state treasury to fund the services that we provide.
So where do you make these cuts? Because you can't make everyone happy. I mean, there are places where you have to make these cuts and people say, yeah, just don't cut this commission or don't cut this board. Or so how do you do it?
Our budget, interestingly enough, of about $30 billion, only 40% of it is available to find all those cuts. The rest of it is protected. It's basic education protected by the Constitution, Medicaid match, and so on. The only thing that's left is some K-12 education, higher education, social services, and corrections. So when people are frustrated by the budget cuts that I proposed, it's because there's no place else to go. Those are the only places from which we can find the necessary cuts in order to balance our budget.
Higher education must be a sensitive subject, though, for a lot of people.
It is for me, because to me it's the economy of tomorrow. It's the job for that student for tomorrow. So I've allowed them to raise the maximum tuition. University of Washington, for example, we took a 13% cut, but we gave them 7% in tuition, so they actually take only a 6% cut. Even less than that in our community and technical colleges, because when people lose their job, they think, I'll go back and get new training for 21st century jobs. So the demand is high, and we can't now turn them away at the door. We've got to get ready for when we come out of this recession, because we will.
How are you streamlining? Businesses streamline, and I know you've talked in the past about it. So how are you streamlining to make this as painless as possible? Well,
let me tell you, we need to come out of this changed. Government does. Every business is going to change. We need to change too. We need to be 21st century, customer service driven, high on technology. So I believe that people, for the most part in Washington State, if they're going to renew their driver's license, are going to go online, or they're going to go to a local kiosk at their local courthouse. They're not going to go to a brick and mortar kind of place anymore. We're going to shut down about 24 of our driver's licenses buildings, because we think there's a high technology way to get the job done. And for our seniors, we're going to do it based on a mobile way. We're going to cut about 150 boards and commissions that have layered upon layer upon layer over time. Now is the time for us to cut. We're going to consolidate our services, whether it's our motor pool or our personnel or our IT. That business is done already. We need to do that. We can save money, be more efficient, more customer service driven. It's a huge change for government. It's high time. It's going to take courage in the legislature. It's going to take political will. There's a lot of sacred cows in what I just said. We need to put them out to pasture. We need to make changes, and it's going to take the legislature to make it happen.
Do you think you can still do this and quickly stay focused on your mission, the core democratic values?
Absolutely. We have no alternative. We will. It will be tough, but we're going to stick together.
Governor Gregoire, thank you so much for talking with us today.
You bet. Thank you.
Thanks for watching Comcast Newsmakers, headline news at the top of the hour.